Nelson, alcoholic addict. That's not my real name. That is a fake name I use here at my newsletter. For a 44-year-old dude, I watch way too many internet videos. I rationalize it and say that a lot of them are sober people that I enjoy following along on their journey. And, is that true? I don't know. That's what I tell myself at night. And so the other day I saw an Instagram video where a woman was dancing and shouting out all the different reasons getting sober was awesome for her. And it was fun. It was fun to watch. And she talked about a lot of the big ones, about feeling free finally, about repairing damaged relationships, about getting a job for the first time that she's able to hang on to. And then she said two things that really made me think. She said, first, she didn't have any hangovers anymore. And the second thing was that she said her looks came back. For the first one, for hangovers, I had just an instant feeling of gratitude. Sometimes I forget just how freaking terrible it is to drink until 2 a.m. and then pass out and then have to try to scrape yourself out of bed in the morning and go to work. I remember being very overtired, perhaps a little drunk still, honestly, and then trying to get a shower and clear my head and drive into New York City every day for work. Those mornings were terrible, just absolutely terrible. I could barely function. And then you throw in the fact that I had done this every day for weeks, months, years. Oof, very dangerous. It helped me think about that because I catch myself grumbling sometimes that, I went to bed too late and I only got 7 hours of sleep. Or like sometimes I'll be asleep and I'll hear my cats fighting downstairs and I'll go downstairs and break it up and I'll be all fired up about that. It's like, I used to pass out with my face in my own puke and wake up 4 hours later to clean up quickly and drive through the Lincoln Tunnel along with 5,000 angry FedEx drivers. I'll take the cat fight breakup scenario any day of the week. The other thing she said in the video was about her looks coming back. And I never had much in the looks department, so I don't really identify with the whole, I used to be good looking and then I drank too much and looked like Jason Voorhees without the mask. But then I got sober and I look good again. That's not me. But I'll tell you this, it made me think there's no question whatsoever what drinking and drugging did to my body. My God, when I started thinking deeper about it, beyond the looks part of what she was saying, I came up with a bunch of other things that did affect me. I'm not going to get into anything bathroom or bedroom related other than to say I think we all probably have drunken horror stories from both of those places. I certainly do. I will spare you having to listen to mine, though. It probably would be pretty gross. So I'll ask you just think about your own terrible, drunken, one time in a McDonald's bathroom story. Come up with one. Think about that in my honor, perhaps. I'll throw out a few things, though, that I did just remember. One is basic medical care. During the last few years of my active addiction, I stopped going to my regular doctor, didn't go to the optometrist, didn't go to the dentist. So think about that. During the worst 3, 4, or 5 years that I ever treated my physical body, I had no actual medical care. That's crazy. The second one is diet and nutrition. I did no exercise whatsoever, and I ate painkillers nonstop on many days. And like I've described before, I have chronic pain in my feet. So some days I would be so high that I would either not eat at all or eat one meal. And then the next day I would just catch up. I would eat fast food 3 times, and you add up all that. It is just a total health disaster. And at one point, I had someone that I cared about approach me and say, "Boy, you've lost a lot of weight. Is everything okay? Are you okay?" And she didn't say it, but the look in her eyes was like, "I'm staring at you and I think you might die. I think you might have cancer or something else. What is going on?" I haven't had that look in a long time, and it's nice. I forget about that sometimes. A third thing that video made me think of is just the idea of therapy. Like, I went to a psychologist for a while when I was active, but I was never honest, so it was a complete waste of time, his and mine. I'm grateful that I've been able to make up a lot of ground on when I got sober, but I think about how if I had been sober, I would have been able to use professional mental health treatment to work through some of the tougher moments of a young adult's life. My chronic pain situation, getting married, becoming a dad, all of the stuff we go through when we hit that stage in our lives. But you know what? Oh well. The point of this post is not about digging up some wreckage from my past. It's about gratitude. Sobriety I want to talk about where sobriety has lifted me, not where addiction dragged me. And sometimes the most basic memory, like not being hungover for 13 consecutive years. That's like 4,000 plus days, not once. That stuff sneaks up on me and reminds me, at least for a few hours, not drinking and drugging. It is actually the easier, softer way. So I'm going to keep doing that. Thanks for letting me share.